All right, let's talk about your workout's master plan. Today, we're going to dive deep into training schedules to figure out which one is, scientifically the best way to build muscle.
Oh, for sure it does. For what feels like forever, that's been the mantra in pretty much every gym you walk into. It's Monday, you know it's chest day. Simple as that.
And this whole method, what people call a body part split, it really was the gold standard. It was the blueprint that got passed down from the big guys to the new guys year after year.
But what if I told you that the very foundation of that classic plan is, well, kind of outdated? What if modern science has found a much more efficient, a much more effective way to set up your week for maximum growth? That's exactly what we're about to find out.
Okay, first things first, we have to properly break down the legend itself, the infamous bro split. We've got to start here to really understand just how much the game has changed.
The whole idea is beautifully simple, right? You walk into the gym and you dedicate that entire session to absolutely annihilating one single muscle group. Monday is chest, Tuesday is back. Total focus, total isolation.
And the structure is so easy to follow. Each muscle gets its day in the sun. You hit it with everything you've got. Tons of exercises, tons of sets, and then you let it rest for a full week before you even think about touching it again.
And this is where we get to the big trade-off. The pros, they're obvious. You get an amazing focus and a ton of recovery. But the con, and this is a huge one, you're only stimulating each muscle for growth once a week. And that single point started raising some serious questions among scientists.
And those questions? Well, they led to a massive turning point in how we understand muscle growth. It all came down to one simple, game-changing number.
So if once a week isn't the best we can do, then what is? Researchers dug in, and the answer they found was honestly pretty clear and consistent across all the studies.
2. That's it. That's the magic number. Hitting a muscle group twice a week just seems to be flat-out superior for hypertrophy. That's the fancy word for muscle growth, compared to just once. Think of it like this. It keeps the build muscle signal in your body switched on much more often.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't just some new fad. It's a conclusion backed by a massive body of research. This discovery literally shifted the whole paradigm. The new goal became, okay, how can we organize our training to hit every muscle twice a week?
Which, of course, brings us to the modern answers. 2 brilliant and super efficient splits rose to the top based on this new science. Push/pull/legs, or PPL, and the upper/lower split.
So first up is PPL. Instead of splitting your days by body part, you split them by movement function. All the muscles you use for pushing, like your chest, shoulders, and triceps, get trained together. All the muscles for pulling, your back and biceps, get their day. And of course, legs get their own day.
You see how this works? By running that push-pull leg cycle twice a week, you perfectly hit that twice-a-week frequency for every single muscle. It's a really elegant solution, and it's super popular with people focused on building an amazing physique.
Now, the other big solution is the upper/lower split. And honestly, this one is even simpler. You just have 2 types of workouts, an upper body day where you hit everything from the waist up, and a lower body day for, well, everything else.
And check this out. With just 4 days in the gym, this split also nails that hit everything twice rule. This makes it an incredibly efficient and really practical option for pretty much anyone who can't live in the gym 6 days a week.
Okay, so how in the world do you choose between them? Well, let's break it down. PPL is amazing if you have the time and dedication for 5 or 6 gym days. But the upper/lower split, it gives you that same key benefit, training each muscle twice a week in just 4 days, which makes it way more flexible and, frankly, a lot more beginner-friendly.
So, with all this laid out, how do you actually pick one? Let's build a super simple framework to help you decide which of these master plans is the right one for you.
It really just boils down to these 3 questions. Number 1, and be brutally honest with yourself, how many days can you consistently get to the gym? Is it 4? Is it 6? That alone is going to narrow it down a lot. Then, think about where you're at in your lifting journey and what you're really trying to achieve.
So here's the bottom line. If you're newer to lifting or you just have a crazy schedule, the 4-day upper-lower split is almost always your best bet. It builds an incredible foundation. Now, if you're more advanced and you can practically live at the gym, that 6-day PPL split allows you to get in the huge amount of training volume you need to bust through plateaus.
But wait, before you go and totally rearrange your life around a new split, let's just zoom out for a second. Because picking the perfect split, it's only one piece of the puzzle.
Look, your workout split is the blueprint, but it is not a magic wand.
Real, lasting muscle growth comes down to these timeless principles. You have to get stronger or do more work over time, that's progressive overload. You have to show up week in and week out, that's consistency. And you absolutely have to recover with good food and good sleep. These are the non-negotiables.
And this all leads to the single most important rule in all of fitness. A pretty good plan that you actually stick to for a year will always, always be better than a perfect plan that you quit after 3 weeks. Consistency is the real secret sauce.
So, now that you're armed with all this info, I want you to take a hard look at your current plan. Is it actually set up for success? Is it built on a foundation of science? And maybe more importantly, is it a plan that you can genuinely commit to? The power is in your hands.